Breaking news from the High Court. There, the live picture, because the microphone's set up in case there is reaction from the various parties. But that District Council, Epping Forest District Council, being granted a temporary High Court injunction blocking asylum seekers from being housed at a hotel in Epping in Essex. Dominic Casciani is our Home Affairs correspondent. He's just come out of the courtroom. Dominic, tell us more.
Matthew, this is quite an extraordinary situation, really. For a number of years now, district councils have tried and largely failed to make any headway here at the High Court in challenging the Home Office's block booking through its contractors of hotels in their areas to accommodate asylum seekers who have been effectively joining the pile of cases that the Home Office has to deal with. Today, Epping Forest District Council have won their application for an interim injunction against the use of the Bell Hotel in Epping Town itself. This is quite an extraordinary decision today, and you could tell the gravity of the result because the Home Secretary's lawyers and lawyers for the hotel concerned immediately tried to appeal it, saying that the implications of this judgment for the wider policy of the Home Office could be absolutely enormous if other councils follow suit. So this is really quite an extraordinary moment. I think it's worth caveating this, though, Matthew, at this stage, to make clear this isn't the end of the story. This is an interim injunction, and under this order from Mr. Justice Eyre this afternoon, the Home Office has until the 12th of September to move residents out of the 80-bed hotel in Epping, where there have been weeks of on-off protests, some involving elements of the extreme far right and that have led to violence. They've got until the 12th of September to do that. And then the whole issue about whether the hotel's use at all has been lawful in this context, that will all come back to court if the hotel and the Home Secretary wish it to do so in the autumn.
Yes.
So this is a really important stage. The hotel has to be emptied, but we could all be back here soon. Critically, on top of that, the Home Office and the hotel, they've sought permission to appeal today against this injunction. They just had it denied by the judge. So we wait to see whether they now go and knock on the door of the Court of Appeal across the corridor from this injunction court and see if senior judges there will entertain a review of what the judge has said.
Dominic, I've only got about a minute left. Where will these people go?
Sure.
Whose responsibility will it be in terms of housing them, and where?
Well, it's going to be the Home Secretary's responsibility. She's under a legal duty to house asylum seekers who are having their cases assessed as someone who is potentially in need of protection from persecution. Her lawyer came to court today saying we need to intervene in this case because of the grave implications for public policy if this case goes against the hotel and then by extension the Home Secretary. The Home Secretary was refused permission to intervene this afternoon, in effect being told, well, you could have done that last week, but you had no lawyer here in court. The critical thing in this, though, Matthew, I think, is how the judges assessed the question of public safety, because the hotel ran lots of technical arguments about what is a true hotel in planning law, and I don't think we need to go into those. But crucially, they said there's a public safety risk. We've had up to 2,000 people protesting outside. We've had a number of people who've been arrested and charged so far following these protests. You've got to take into account that the schools are starting soon, and this is quite scary for local children and parents. And the judge said that he had the right to take into account lawful protests and the consequences of the fear of crime, because in planning terms, if a local area is changed through allegedly unlawful planning changes to a hotel, then that damages local people arguably, and therefore the judge thought, right, I'm going to put an injunction in place now, remove the asylum seekers from the hotel so we can argue about this properly, but I'm going to deal with this fear of crime issue now. And that's the really important part of this judgment.
Dominic there at the court, thanks very much. The Conservatives here have given their reaction, saying it's a moment of relief for the people of Epping, said the residents should never have had to fight their own government to feel safe in their own town.